Alright, so I want to take a second to revisit here how to make a presentation. And the first thing I want to point out is the orientation of your assembly when you first insert it into the presentation file. You'll notice that if I look at my car, it's kind of twisted. It's a three-dimensional perspective. But I go over here to my view cube, and it looks like I'm supposed to be looking at this car straight on, two-dimensionally. So to fix that, this look at tool in your navigation bar, if you click on that, we want to find a flat surface on your car. So I'm going to use this front of my car because it's flat. Now I'm looking at this straight on. I'm going to then right click on this, and I want this to set at my front view, even though we know that's not the front view. And the reason we do that is because now, if you look at this, now we're looking at the straight on, and the view cube here now is straight on. This is what we want. This is not our front view, so what we want to do is turn it so that you're looking at the car the way you want to look at your front view. Right now mine says left, and I'm going to change that to make it say front. We all know how to do that. Don't forget to change the home view as well. Upper right hand corner, click, and then set that as your home view. So that part of it's taken care of. This just helps when we make our exploded view. It's nice and neat. It's nice, an isometric view. The next part, don't forget, we've done this before. We have to tweak components. You click on the component you want to pull out, and then you tell it what direction you want to go. Make sure you don't pull these too far out. Remember, again, you're making the exploded view, and when you make the exploded view eventually from the presentation file, you want to make sure that all these components are visible. The eyelets on the bottom of the car, if you made them, the washers, the axles, the wheels, everything, the CO2 cartridge, we should all have that be close to the car, yet be visible, so that when we make our exploded view, they are not blocked by anything. So once you tweak your components, then you can save that. Alright, so finish your tweak by hitting this check mark. And now what I want to show you how to do is how to make the wheels spin. And you're going to want to do this, the last thing, the last step you're going to do is make the wheels spin. So that's when it's all together. So right now mine's pulled apart, and that's okay just to show you this. So when you click on your wheel after you hit tweak, the default option is to move it. You can check the rotate button up here. Click that. This is what you get. Now you got to click the plane of rotation. So you got to figure out which way that is. Obviously that's not how a wheel is going to rotate. So I don't want to do it that way. If I click this plane, same thing. The wheel's not going to rotate like that in real life. So obviously it's this one here. Now a full revolution is 360 degrees. So I can keep doing this, and you'll notice I have 1370 degrees. If I want this to spin 10 times, I just multiply 360 times 10, and that'll spin it 10 times. I'll type in 3,600, and it's going to spin that wheel 10 times. I hit the check mark, and when I play this, you'll see very slowly that this wheel's coming apart, and then after it comes apart, it's going to spin. There it is. Okay, now I want all four of these wheels to spin, so you have to do the same tweak to all four wheels. I'm just going to do the front wheel, 3600. You'll notice I had a negative on there, so it does matter which way you go, so the wheels spin in the same direction. Hit this expand button down here at the bottom, and you'll see that you have the front wheels. That's the first one I did, and that's the second one I did. The reason that is important is because if you move your timeline bar back, you'll see this, there's a little overlap here. That means the front wheel is going to spin at the same time as the back wheel, but this wheel here is going to start right away, and then once it gets here, this wheel is going to start. We want to move this one so that they spin at the same time. You can drag these as well. And shorten it or lengthen the duration. We want them to go the same duration so they both spin the same length. And you'll notice that they're spinning in opposite directions. You can fix that by just right clicking and edit that tweak. See that tweak? It's 360 degrees. And the other tweak is 360 degrees as well, but because I rotated this the wrong way, if I type in a negative here, now they're spinning together the same direction. So it all depends on which way you grab a hold of this and rotate it. So at any time, if you want to edit these tweaks, you simply right click, edit tweak. You could edit the time this way as well, change the duration, and that's how you make the wheels rotate.